Hey everyone, this is Gary. Hope you all are doing well, and welcome to this week's live Path to Prosperity webinar. I'm just north of Atlanta in a place called Alpharetta, Georgia, where I'll be teaching class tomorrow. And then the very next day, a lot of you guys are going to be actually down here at the airport Marriott outside of Atlanta for the big 3-day event. So I look forward to seeing you all. First off, by the way, let me stop the recording just for a second. Hi everyone, this is Gary Wilson and welcome to this week's live Path to Prosperity webinar. We are live and we are recording, and I am in Alpharetta, Georgia, which is just north of Atlanta. A little bit of housekeeping. For those of you who are relatively new, you notice that by default you're in mute mode, and that is by design because we can't all be live and vocal at the same time. So I'm going to type in my usual weekly message to make sure you guys are okay on your end. Can you see my screen and hear my voice? Okay, if you could each respond to that, I just want to make sure everybody's okay. I'll check the attendee list. Let's see, we've got a good mixture of people here. Got some folks from South Kakalaki, South Carolina, North Carolina, Georgia, New Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania, Florida, Colorado. Cool. All right, we got some Coloradans out here. Oregon, Idaho. Awesome. We got a great group here. Of course, Wisconsin and Georgia, obviously. And I think that is pretty much everybody. If I didn't mention your state or province, oh, we do have somebody from Quebec province. How about that? Okay. If I didn't mention your state or province, just give me a shout out. But I want to make sure you guys are okay on your end. So let me bring up the question box and look for responses. Yep. Okay. Everybody seems like they're okay. Excellent. And welcome, by the way, special welcome to all the new folks. A lot of new folks from Georgia. A little bit of housekeeping. Whether you're watching live or you're going to be seeing this in a recording mode, always make sure you look at the email Beverly sends you. It's always the day after the webinar. It does include the recording of this webinar. And she also gives you some updates to the systems and also the material. So we update the platforms from time to time and also update content. We're constantly getting new content. It just takes a while to compile it and process it and put it in place for you. But the good news is once you're in, you get the benefit from all the additions. You don't have to pay extra for it. So in any case, I appreciate everybody participating here, and I look forward to seeing some of you this weekend. We're starting Friday right here in Atlanta at the Atlanta Airport Marriott. I'm not sure, but I think we've already hit the head count that we're allowed to have at these 3-day events. I could be wrong. If you want to come and you haven't signed up, I know it's kind of could be a stretch if you're living across the country, but if you're anywhere around Georgia, Alabama, Florida, South Carolina, Tennessee, and you want to join, just please look for the emails from Beverly. She gives you all the instructions. You could probably still sign up tomorrow, but I think they've already called in the head count for my investor services and for the hotel. But just you'll see it. Just you've got your emails have been going out to everybody. If you want to join, we're glad to have you. Just let Beverly know, and we'll see if we can squeeze you in. But in any case, for those of you who are new, use the question box to type in your questions. Tonight is a little bit special because we, from time to time, will review properties that some of our students are looking at for investing in, and we have one of those tonight. This is a great way to exercise your material and learn the tools and learn how to actually use this stuff and get out there and start swinging the bat. So in any case, what I'm going to do is introduce the property to you, and I'll bring Kate online here in a moment and unmute her, and we'll go through the property and we'll go through the forms and we'll start filling them out. So real quick, let me do this. First things first, this is the subject property, 8403 Ravenswood Circle in Wauwatosa, Wisconsin. Beverly, Katie, let me know if I've completely torn that name apart, that town apart. I've been in Wisconsin, but I don't believe I've been in that town. So this is a subject property. I'm going to show you pictures here, guys, in a second. But before I do, Let me go back to Kate's emails. Hang on one second. Okay, so here's one she just looked at today. Let's look at the big picture first, guys. We're going to look at the big picture first. In other words, the financial scene as far as big picture goes. And then we're going to look at the photos. I'm going to show you some forms we use and have you guys, you have them as part of your material. I'll go over how you actually access these forms. And then Kate, what I'll ask you is to go ahead and download the forms if you haven't already. We're going to have you fill in the forms, Kate, live while we're going through tonight's session. So we're literally going to do the work tonight. This is a working session. So first things first. House, 175 grand. Kate's thinking of offering 190. I guess it's because it's already under contract. There's probably a story behind that. Kate, I'm assuming you're meeting. Matter of fact, Kate, let me go ahead and unmute you because I can tell already I'm going to have some questions. So hang on one second. Attendee box. Okay, Kate. Let's see. I know I just saw her. Here she is. There she is. Hey, Kate, can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Awesome. Yep. Okay.
All right.
You're world meet Kate. Kate meet world. Okay,
Hi, everyone.
Yeah, U.S., Canada, and even the Bahamas. Sometimes we have a student down there. So, Kate, I just want to understand: is the house listed for 175, or is it actually already under contract?
No. So I know usually you wouldn't know what the wholesaler has it under contract for, but she told me. So the person I would be buying it from is a wholesaler, and she's planning on closing July 13th. She has it under contract for 175.
Excellent. Okay,
but
she's looking to
sell. Until today, I didn't know how much she wanted to sell it for. Yeah, which her number is like at 210, what she wants to sell it for. I just found that out when I looked at the house this evening.
Excellent. Okay. So neighborhood looks great. Has a lot of potential and could sell for 360. I doubt Rehab will be worth more than 100, but we'll find out when we look at it. So you got potentially 190 into it, potentially 100,000. Rehabs, you're looking at 290 with a possible sale of 360. That's a difference of 70,000 bucks. So let's do this. I'm going to first bring up some forms, guys. So if you look on your screens now, you're going to see I just brought up the property rehab analysis form. Okay. And also there's another form, property inspection form. So the first form we always fill out, this is the one we fill out while we're at the property, guys. Property inspection report. We're literally just taking notes as we walk through the property. Looking at the grounds, we always do that first. So real quick, paint the big picture. When we first walk up to a property we're looking at purchasing, we always do the outside first, partly because it's obviously it's outside and we're walking up to it. You want to actually approach the property as if the consumer is approaching it. Okay, so you're driving down the street, you're looking at the characteristics of the neighborhood, and the first thing you see when you spot the house is the house, its mailbox, driveway, landscaping, so forth. So when you get out, you want to look at it just as if you were a consumer looking to buy the house to live in. Okay, but remember, you got to think through being if you're an agent, you're an agent representing a flipper. If you're a flipper, you're flipping a home to a consumer. So you got to think through that process. Okay, so always look at landscaping first: trees, shrubbery, mulch, flower beds, the whole 9 yards. We will also look at fencing if there is any, pools if there are any. I personally don't like homes with pools. I love a pool, don't get me wrong, but when I'm flipping them and renting them, I don't want to have that headache. Now, the exceptions would be obviously Southern California, Arizona, Florida. I mean, every place has a pool, right? So in any case, swing sets, sheds, all that stuff has to be, you have to make notes on all those things. Then we look at the building itself, the brickwork if there is any, or siding if it's siding, windows, roofing, the outsides of the doors, the foundation around the foundation. Okay, we'll look at all that. Then we go inside, and everything's in the exact order we're going to look at. The next thing is your systems, heating, air conditioning, plumbing, electrical. Okay, make notes on all of that. And then we look at all the appliances, refrigerator, ovens, microwaves, dishwasher, so forth and so on. Okay, we kind of already talked about electrical system, but here they're talking more about the fixtures, lighting, outlets, things like that. Then we also look at plumbing fixtures, faucets, toilets, and tubs and sinks. Okay. The windows, and also windows and doors and storm doors and glass block and things like that. And of course, carpeting and drapery. We don't really get involved with drapery and blinds, but carpeting and flooring we certainly do. So that's the property inspection report. And Kate, I have your notes in the email, which I'll get to in a second. But what I'll recommend, Kate, is tonight is from memory, go through and fill these forms out, download them. Oh, by the way, let me show you where you get these. Okay, so if you go to, let's just start back at the beginning. We'll just go back to start at My Investment Services. So if you go to myinvestmentservices.com, this is for everybody here, especially all the new folks. myinvestmentservices.com. Why is it showing me that? That's the, you want to go home. Let's go back one more. Okay, we'll go back even further than that. All right, here we go. So this is myinvestmentservices.com. To get to all the tools and forms, everyone, you click first on members area. Okay. Once you're there, you want to go down to silver. We're all silver by default. Some of you are gold and some of you are platinum, but everybody starts off silver. Click on that to log in. It took me directly, and you'll have to go through the login process. And you all received your login instructions from Beverly and Tio, I believe. Okay, once we're on the server level, you scroll all the way down on the left-hand side, blue panel down to the bottom where it says analysis forms, calculators, and other training material. Okay, click on that. You drop down here, analysis forms, you'll see cash flow analysis. Obviously, that's for rentals. And you got property inspection report and property rehab form. Always do the inspection report first, and then we fill in the rehab form to get cost and all that. There's other things on here too, the calculator for rentals, another calculator for rentals, special resources just for Canada. Okay, so let's look at the second form. So we looked at the property inspection report form first. Then once we had that filled out, we go to the property rehab analysis form. And this is where we start to assign some dollars to some of these things, okay? So Kate, you want to do this later on tonight too, or if you get tired, do it in the morning. I suggest when you find a property like this and it looks promising based on the front end numbers, act quickly because you don't want to lose a potential deal,
Right.
Now, let's do this, guys. So everybody on the call, this is where I'm going to start to bring you in on this tonight's activity. We're going to go to Kate's email first. So here we go. So notes from the rehab. All right, 2,400 square feet, great school district on a corner lot, which is really good news. 3-stall garage, that's excellent. Need all new windows. So everybody start writing this down. All new windows, and type in your question box. Let me go to your question box. What are you spending now for new windows? So I'm going to go to the question box, Kate, and I'm going to give you some of the answers that people are sharing. And I got a pretty good idea myself. Actually, somebody sent a message here. Yes, I hear you. Forgive me, just learning how this works. Oh, no problem, Mindy. And it's Mindy Baker. Welcome aboard, brand new. Okay. So guys, Roger, Fassel, all you veterans out there, Tom, let me know what your best guesstimate is on new windows right now. I can tell you what I thought. Go ahead and type your answer. And I think it's going to be between Kate 250 and 300 a window on average for decent windows. You can get them for 200, but the $200 windows are going to look like $200 windows. So
is that with installation too, Gary? Because I was thinking it'd be
Yes.
more like $450 with installation.
Yeah, you won't have to spend that much. We'll show you how to get good
Okay.
windows and get them done for less than that.
Okay.
But the interesting thing is you need 35 to 40 of them. So that's a lot of windows.
Yeah.
Now, some of them could be bigger, some could be smaller, but that's like an average, what we call 100 unified inches. And that's if you measure around the window perimeter, if it adds up to around 100, that's about the average cost for 100 unified inches on a window.
Okay.
So let's see if we get any feedback from anybody yet here. And if you want to download those forms, Kate, go ahead and do that. We can start filling them in because we're going to actually add all this up tonight. So let's see.
Okay.
We're getting a range anywhere from 200 to 500. Okay, the windows I like, guys, you can all write this down. I think it's in the material. I generally like American Craftsman windows because I can pick them up at all the major outlets, Home Depot, Lowe's. When I buy in bulk, I can get great prices. And on average, I can get them for $150 to $200 depending on how many I buy. And then I got to pay for installation, okay? The installation, Kate, can be it's a variable. Because if you have like old windows with the old aluminum storm windows on the outside, that's extra labor. They got to rip all that stuff out, and that will cost you a little bit more. But if it's just a standard, take out the old wooden sash windows, and the framing is in decent shape, they can literally retrofit in the new windows, trim them off, and you're good to go. You got to paint them and everything, perimeters when you're done. But the windows themselves are typically vinyl clad, 30-year warranty, zero maintenance, double hung, double pane. Great windows, they look good, and just the trim, just get plain white. Don't worry about any different shades or colors, just plain white. So let's see if we get any more feedback there. Because what's also interesting is we have some Canadian folks on, and up in Canada, we spend, like I was just up there, I think it's about $1.31 right now, $1.32, the exchange rate. So whatever you spend in the US for every $100, it would probably cost you $1.30 and some change up in Canada. So everything's relative, guys. I know the Canadian folks know this. Everything's relative. But in the States, though, what's interesting, doesn't matter if you're in San Francisco or Richmond, Virginia, the costs are really not that much different, quite frankly. So, okay, let's see here. That's windows. Tile roof and has a 75-year life, should probably be replaced. So, Kate, let's look at some of the pictures. Let's just go ahead and go there. Here we go. So this is where it gets fun, guys. Now we get to look at some actual pictures of the place. Let's pull up the first picture first. And I can't really see from the picture, Kate, but it looks like, hey, Kate, is this the one? Is this the one we looked at a month or two ago?
Nope, it's not. It sure looks similar, doesn't it?
Oh my gosh, yeah. How about that? Okay.
Yeah.
So I can't tell, but are these?
It's like the Spanish terracotta. I can't remember the name, what you call it, but it's clay tile.
It's clay tile. Are they shaped like half moon shape?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. And I wonder if we can get a zoom in somehow on this. That's not going to let me zoom. I don't see an option for a zoom here. Well, that's okay. From this picture, it looks like the slate is actually okay.
It didn't look bad to me. I guess there was some leaking a couple of years ago, so she said someone should just probably check it out.
Yeah, I agree. Well, the yard looks great, by the way. So landscaping looks good. Grass, sidewalk, shrubbery, nice looking trees. How big would you say the lot is?
I'm not sure. It's pretty much like what you see. There's not really any backyard.
Okay. All right. The windows, since we're looking at them here, are they? Describe the windows to me. Are they the?
They're
windows?
LED. They're LED windows, and then the wood frame around is just really peeling and just needs to be repainted.
Okay. Are they casement windows where they open, swing out? You know what I mean? Looks like
yeah.
Looks like it could be. Okay.
So.
All right, now on this window up here, upper right-hand corner, are you counting that as 2 windows or 1?
I counted that as 2 if they were the double.
Okay, you're in good shape then. All right, good. Okay, so let's look at the next picture. And for all of you watching this, chime in and give us your 2 cents worth as we go through here. Now look at this one. Wow. Now what's this on the walls? Is that stucco?
Yeah. Every room has a different texture. It's very odd.
Holy smokes. There's a lot of stuff in here.
Yeah.
Great looking fireplace though. Fireplace and mantle. And this looks like real wood. This doesn't look like the fake stuff. That looks like Wow. Chandelier looks like it's retrofitted. Okay, what's underneath the carpeting? Is that a hardwood floor?
Hardwood floors, yeah. The whole first floor and second floor have the hardwood floors are in really good shape.
Okay, good. I would definitely use those. Just refinish them. Sometimes it costs more to refinish a hardwood floor than it costs to carpet it. But if you think they're in decent shape, I would go with the wood floors.
Okay.
Now the wall surfaces, um, I would definitely figure on painting everything. You know,
Yeah.
good
Would you
Lord.
try and take away this texture, or would you just leave it?
Well, that's a good question. Man, oh man. All right, it depends on the what kind of character you're looking for at the end. So if you want to keep the original charm, like the outside and the inside and these beams, I would just
Hmm.
paint the beams too, by the way, right? They're too
Oh,
dark.
okay.
Paint the walls, paint the beams, something lighter. You might even want to strip them. I don't know what kind of wood
Okay.
they're made of, but you can strip them and have them be a lighter color, much lighter. Um,
Okay.
Name of the game today is definitely much lighter. Everything must be lighter and brighter. Looks like you got some sconces here. But if you're looking for more of a contemporary look, it's going to be a lot more expensive. You got to literally knock all this down, take out all this stuff up here. I wouldn't do it. I'd try to keep it as original as possible because it looked like they're in good shape, and just
Okay.
paint it and refinish the wood up here and refinish the floors. Let me check for some feedback here. Wait, Kate, hang on one second. Um, let's see. Oh, somebody's saying control zoom. Let me go back to the previous picture. Control Z, excuse me, control Z. Yeah, it's not working. Let me make sure I understood the comment here real quick. Control plus, there we go. Okay, control plus. Um, Let me bring this
There
back.
you go.
There we go. Yeah, it's only going to go up. Aha, here we go. Now we're talking. Yeah, it's a little bit fuzzy, but I would have the roof checked out. It looks like, even though it's I'm losing clarity as I zoom in, the tiles look to be intact. So if you had a roof leak earlier, it's probably because they fixed it. The good news is, as opposed to slate, slate is very difficult to find craftsmen to work on now, but it's also very durable. Tile like this is very durable, but there's still craftsmen that know how to do tile work. Okay,
Okay.
roofing tile. So that's a good thing. Let's go back to the other picture, and I bring the questions back up. Okay, thanks, Dion, by the way, for mentioning that. Okay, let's see, Roger, Gary, I like to use Homeadvisor's site to get estimates on labor and products. So Kate, you want to write this down, and everybody else write this down. Thanks, Roger, for providing this, by the way. It's www.homeadvisor.com/cost. And what I'll do is I'm going to see if I can highlight this for all of you and type it in so you can see it. Thanks, Roger. So, let me type this in now. Okay, hang on 1 second. Okay, so that link from Roger Newbles from Northern New Jersey is coming your way, guys. And thanks again, Roger, for sharing that. Get back to the question box. Okay, let's see. Roger, very easy to use. Okay, great. Right, so far, Kate, we got outside and we got living room. Let's go to the next room here. This looks like a dining room, I'm guessing. What did these people, do you know what happened? I mean, quite frankly, even though it looked cluttered, it doesn't look that bad, Kate. I mean, this is a nice cabinet. You got nice crown molding up here. The ceiling looks like it's a good shape.
It's an estate sale. The woman passed away over a year ago, so it's just been sitting empty.
Okay. Is the wholesaler going to leave the furniture like this stuff in there?
Yeah, they're going to take a few things, but there's still so much left in that house. I think a lot will be left behind. I just don't know about what pieces.
Well, what I would do is I would insist if you're going to if you're going to buy the contract, insist that they don't take anything out unless they want to take some of these boxes and stuff. But keep these cabinets because you can make some bucks. You can make some money selling that stuff. Just do a
Okay.
advertise
Like
it.
that.
Yep, absolutely. Bring people in. You can use all kinds of stuff. Snapchat,
Okay.
Instagram, of course, Craigslist. And you can even set it up as an auction, bring everybody in on a Saturday, and they'll clear out your house for you and you make money doing it.
Okay.
So, yep. So these walls here, same thing, stucco, it's just a different color.
Yep, same, exactly. Yep, this room's stucco. A different room has a different type of texture, but this one is the same.
Okay. I would keep the ceiling, but I would definitely repaint the walls and the crown molding because you want to make it think like Ralph Lauren, earth tones.
Mm-hmm.
Make the trim semi-gloss. Actually, I am preaching to the choir. You actually probably are right on top of this stuff based on your experience. But you get the picture, neutral but nice. Because if you want to make this stand out, if there's 10 houses for sale in that neighborhood, you want this to be house number one.
Okay.
Okay, let's see. Looks like another part of is that the other end of the dining room there? It looks like it is. Yeah. Okay. Hey, are all the floors really dark like this, Kate?
It's actually lighter in person. Those
Okay.
were refinished. This fireplace is freestanding. That's not original. It's just plug in. And then when you go through this wall right here, this is where I was kind of thinking possibly could open up because the kitchen's very small. That's going right into the kitchen from the dining room.
Okay. Oh yeah. You're definitely going to want to redo the kitchen.
Yeah.
Looks like 1970s cabinetry. Okay, let's plan on a new kitchen, and assuming these walls are not load bearing, if they are, you can still do that. Matter of fact, I was at my daughter's house over the weekend, and her brother-in-law is redoing a kitchen. They did knock out not one but two walls, opened up the living area, dining area, and kitchen, all the one big giant great room, and put in a support beams. Got a kitchen from a house that's about a $2 million house. They got a brand new kitchen out of that the lady was remodeling. And the kitchen was a $60,000 kitchen, and they got it for like a few $1,000 bucks.
Wow.
And they fit all the cabinets. So always remember in Milwaukee, you're going to have a place, some towns they call them construction junction, or they're basically feeding Habitat for Humanity. What happens is people donate all of their construction material to them, cabinetry, appliances, doors, all the whole 9 yards, and make a regular habit of going by there. We used to do that, and we would literally buy kitchens and keep them in storage until we need them, but you might be able to get away with getting a really nice set of cabinetry without having to pay retail for it,
Cool.
Yep. And the
About
floor.
how much, or I guess we're going to get into prices later, right?
Yeah, right now we're just walking through the pictures, but I will tell you this. Let's say that's a 10 by 10 kitchen. You believe it or not, even if you ripped it out, everything and started from scratch, you can do that for 10,000. If you
Okay. Even with appliances.
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of people think, oh, you're talking 10, 20,000, but the fact is once you're in the game and you understand how to get material and how to work with contractors, you can get a really nice kitchen for 10,000 bucks. You don't have to spend 20 or more. I mean, that's what they're charging regular consumers, So, but all this has to be taken out as too dark and too old. And if you want to get something around 370 or 360, you definitely want to have a new kitchen in there. And definitely get rid of all that stuff. I guess it's like a spare bedroom there or something, or a den.
Yeah,
Yeah.
This is the first floor bedroom. This is the one downside. So the bedroom's really long, like rectangular, and that door at the end is the only bathroom on this first floor, and it's in the bedroom. So there really isn't a bathroom. I don't know if that's a big deal. I thought it was kind of odd. The only bathroom is in the bedroom on the first floor.
Is it a So there's, in other words, there's a bathroom on the second floor, right?
Yep, right above it.
Or is this a powder room or is it a full bathroom?
It's a full bathroom. It's a stand-up shower.
Yeah, I wouldn't let that overly concern you, to be quite honest with you, because the house,
Okay.
I mean, people, when they see the house, they're going to be expecting something from that era, and this would be typical for that era, you know? So.
Okay, and same with the typical from the era, would you actually open up the kitchen, or would you just kind of leave all the rooms intact and just do a new kitchen?
No, I'd open up that kitchen. Yep.
Okay.
Absolutely. Yep. So we'll check for feedback here in a second too, but because we got some other
So
flippers.
this bedroom right here, you can see when you look on the ground, there's looks like almost like it's missing hardwood floor. That used to be a wall. They counted it as 4 bedrooms. Because if you put this wall back up, you have a closet and a window and a door. So it could be a 4th bedroom. It'd be really tiny. I think it was like 9 by 9. It's that. It was very small. So they had opened it up to create a master, but they never finished it.
Well, I would keep that, what they did, I would keep that open up. Yeah, 9 by 9 is too small and it'll chop it up too much.
Okay.
And a lot of people do look for they would love to have an older home with the charm and the character with a first floor bedroom, you know?
Right. Okay.
Especially a couple like are in their 60s, for example, you know, or more.
Right.
Okay, so I'm assuming we're going to see that bathroom. There it is. Ooh, how about that? Lavender.
Yellow tile and purple toilet.
Yeah, my gosh. Okay. Well, we can definitely figure out a new bathroom.
Yeah.
Now, what's interesting is a tile, you can actually repaint tile with glazing. It's like tile paint, and you would never know it. Yeah, so you can.
Really?
If the tile's in good shape, I mean, you know, you can keep it. Yes.
Okay.
Now, how about the tub? Is there a picture of the tub here? No, I don't see. Let me go back.
No, this one's a stand-up shower. It's just a really small, to the left, there's like a little door. It's just more of the yellow tile. It's just a stand-up shower.
So it's all tile in there too in the shower?
Yep.
Okay. All right, what I would do is I'd replace the diverter kit. Diverter kit means your shower head and your handles and all that.
Okay.
To something modern, like a rainforest type shower head, you know.
Okay.
And then definitely new sink and new toilet. And I hate to say it, but I think I'd replace this floor. Is the floor in good shape though?
It was in pretty good shape.
Okay, it's just the color. That's the only thing. You really can't really paint a tile floor because it'll wear off over time.
Okay.
But I hate to replace a good floor. It's so dated though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'd factor in a new floor. Let's just factor in new floor, new cabinetry, new toilet. All these doors, do they all have the original glass doorknobs?
Yes.
That is awesome. The only challenge is they're real dark.
Yeah, all the woodwork is really dark.
Yeah, I know. I'd refinish it all, Kate. I'd strip it. It's going to be going to be a big job, but I tell you, I think you're going to sell it for more money if you do. You know.
Okay.
I mean, the only exception would be is if all the other homes in the area have a lot of their original doors like this and they're all dark. In other words, it's within character of the neighborhood, then you can get away with keeping it. But the challenge is the name of the game today is, man, light and bright, you know?
Right.
Light and bright. I'm assuming the floors are not as dark as these doors, right?
Correct. Yeah,
Okay.
They're like a medium brown.
Okay. Well, one of the things I've learned is from other people, other flippers and interior decorators is when it comes to shading, coloring, shading, and human perception, if you have a range of light to dark or dark to light, you always want to have the darker stuff on the floor or down below, and the lighter stuff going up. You know,
Okay.
and make natural transition. So all this dark stuff between the floor and the ceiling. Unfortunately, it just has it's like a sort of a negative thing to people, you know. But if it's lighter, it has more positive, creates a more positive emotion, you know.
Mhm.
Um,
Okay.
let's go here. This looks like, I can't quite make out what this is here.
That's the entryway. So you
Oh,
just come in off the door. That's the staircase going up, and then all of the entries to each room are these oval shapes.
oh
So that
wow.
goes into the dining room. And if you turn to the left, you go into that room with the big, with all of the beams on the ceiling and the fireplace, like the living room.
Gotcha. Is this like a wrought iron railing going up the stairs?
Yeah, it's really cool. Yep.
Yeah, definitely keep it. Yep.
Hmm.
Um, and it's same thing, I'm assuming this is, actually, is that, no, that's like a stucco type finish, right? They just contoured it
Yes.
to make it look like it was block.
Yep. Throughout the whole entry.
Okay. I would definitely paint it. Yep.
Yes. But you keep I wouldn't take it the texture away. Still just paint it and.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
because otherwise, or you're getting into a lot of, I mean, if that's all plaster, like you'd have to literally rip it out and the lathing behind it and put all up all new drywall. And now you're getting into a major job,
Okay.
Yeah. Um, okay, let's see. Okay, that's looking down the stairs. Yeah, you may want to texture all this cake because this looks sort of like almost like a dungeon type feeling,
Yeah, just like a castle. Yeah,
Exactly. Yeah,
I
I would, I
agree.
would, I would texture over it to hide all the lines and then paint it.
Okay.
But keep that wrought iron. That's pretty neat. Um, okay,
Awesome.
this must be going into a bedroom upstairs, I guess.
This is the landing from when you come up the stairs. So when you come, if you went through that arch, you go down the stairs. So this is just kind
Yeah.
of a landing, and when you get up, one side, there's two bedrooms up there. One's to the left and one's to the right.
Okay. So now that we're upstairs, let's take a quick break and check on some feedback from some of the guys. Um, let's see. We got lots of feedback here. Okay.
Mhm.
This is from Pam Reggio. Hey, Pam. Pam, by the way, Kate, I don't know if you remember Pam from Orlando. Pam and her husband Tony. Well,
Yeah.
they just got something under contract. So she's saying, did you say paint out the beams or just refinish them? Yeah, Pam, that's a good point. So Pam, what she's saying, Kate, is you could possibly paint the beams, which would be a lot cheaper than refinishing them. The difference is, do you want to have the natural wood look, which means refinishing, or you just want to have the beams exposed and you can paint them a different shade, whatever it is you paint the ceiling and the crown molding. Um, Actually make it match the crown molding, but make it slightly darker than the ceiling and something like an earth tone, like a sand or clay color, something like that. Um, and make it semi-gloss if you do the painting. That would be a lot cheaper than refinishing, actually.
Okay.
So those are the beams back in the living room. Thanks, Pam, for that. And this is a Daryl. Daryl says the lot size is 6,900, so about 7,000 square feet. Wow, that's a small lot for that size house. Um, Well, that's about a fifth of an acre, roughly speaking. Um, yeah, that's not much, but that's okay. Let's see. Can the bathroom be opened up? So that first floor bathroom, Kate, I didn't see an opportunity for it to expand it. Like there's no way to open it up, is there?
No, the only way you could do that is to just come in and take more room from the bedroom. But
Yeah,
you couldn't go either any other direction.
yeah, I would keep it the way it is then. So that's what you also probably met Daryl down in Orlando.
Yeah.
Um,
Hi, Daryl.
so Daryl will be in Atlanta, and Pam's going up to Quebec, unfortunately, so we won't be seeing her. I shouldn't say unfortunately. Pam is fortunately going to Quebec. So having a nice vacation, she and Tony. But okay, so far we're caught up on questions and suggestions. So let's go back to. Oops, sorry. Let me go back here. Okay, so now we're at the top of the landing, and this is just open space up in the hallway.
Yep. Just open space.
Okay, same here. It looks like.
Yeah, that's a closet. So that's coming up the stairs, and then that's the closet on there. I don't know why there's a closet at the top of the stairs, but there is. Guess it could be a linen closet.
Man, look at all that ornate trim. So I would probably keep this.
Okay, just paint
Uh,
it.
well, I may not even paint it. I would definitely repaint up above it. All that like we described
Okay.
before. and possibly repaint the spiral part. But if you can leave this, that might be actually not be such a bad idea. You'd have to, I would trust your intuition on that one because you know more about that than I do. But this is the kind of stuff that'll really draw people in. Whatever you do, just make sure it makes sense. You know, the transition
Okay.
from one floor to another makes sense. Like a natural progression. Look at that chair. Wow.
Yeah.
They were really ornate here. Look at the ceiling. You got
Yeah,
naked,
just wait till you see the ceiling. Yep.
yeah, naked baby angels. That's a good thing. So, okay, so is this a bedroom or is this still the
Nope,
open?
this is still that land. This is still the landing to the back of the chair. So if you go to the right, then through that door, you have the master bedroom, and that's 12 by 24 square feet.
Okay, so let's go there. This must be it right here.
Nope, that's still the landing. I don't know why they like this so much. There's a lot of pictures of it.
Wow.
That door
Okay.
is the bathroom, and the other door is together bedroom.
Okay. Hey,
It's
this
all
chandelier,
pink bathroom.
is the
Yep.
chandelier original? It looks like it's original.
I think it is.
I'd keep that.
Okay.
Okay, this must be the master because that's big.
There's the master, yes. And it has a painting, a mural on one of the walls of Italy.
Well, this is just good old fashioned. We call it lipstick and rouge. Paint and
Yeah.
refinish the floor. You may want to consider carpeting the bedrooms, not the hallways
Okay.
upstairs. I would get a feel for what do the other properties have in the area. If they have hardwood downstairs and carpeting upstairs, you probably want to go with that. In a northern climate, people tend to lean more towards carpeting upstairs than they do in the southern climates, because it's just colder and if carpeting up. But before you decide that, if the hardwood floors are really good upstairs too, it would be great to keep them and just have some area rugs,
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, they're in great shape.
Okay, I would probably then just go ahead and keep them.
Okay.
Paint and carpet here, obviously you're going to be putting in new windows. Let's see, this must be a side bedroom, I'm guessing.
That's the other bedroom, yep, on the other
Okay.
side.
Hey, real quick, I keep noticing the radiators. Obviously, it's boiler heat, but is there air conditioning? Is there a separate AC unit
Nope.
anywhere? Okay.
No air conditioning.
Are more and more houses having air conditioning in the Milwaukee area now?
In Milwaukee, these older houses, I'm shocked at how many don't. But I remember that last house that we looked at, you had recommended maybe just doing air conditioning on the top floor. So that could be something I did here too.
Yeah, because what you can do is they can drop the ductwork down from the ceiling in the attic. And they actually
Okay.
put the unit up in the attic and then run the lines down the outside of the house, down the side of the house. I would get a price on that because that could be a big selling feature, especially if the summer or get kind of steamy up there. And I know it gets kind of humid because I've been up there before. But it's only for a couple of months. It's not like it lasts long,
Right.
So definitely paint here and redo the floors. Is this the hall bathroom or the master bathroom?
This is the only bathroom upstairs. So there's not really a master suite.
Okay.
There's only two baths, first floor and this floor. It's all pink.
So it's accessible only from the hallway then. Is that right?
Correct. Yep.
Okay. Yeah, you're definitely going to want to repaint all these walls. It looks like the tub.
Would I just take all the tile down too, or can I paint over that tile as well?
You can paint over, yeah.
Okay.
You have to go to a tub and tile place and because they're capable of reglazing tubs. So like if your tub's in good shape, it just looks like it's green. You can actually reglaze that for like $400 to $500,
Okay.
It looks like it's brand new and then redo the tile, of course, obviously. Definitely new sink. So this is sink, little covered area here. It looks like toilet and tub back in that enclave back there. Alcove, okay. It looks like pink tile floor. Yeah, you may have to redo that too. That's a shame. But that's what we do when we rehab properties,
Yeah.
Okay, looks like that's the last of the pictures. So let's do this. Let me go back and check for some feedback from people. Oh, Pam says she's there now, up in Quebec. I hope you're having fun, Pam. And I admire your perseverance being on a webinar while you're on vacation. Yeah, don't get yourself in trouble though, Pam. We want you guys to be happy and have fun up there. Okay, so back to this. Let's go back to your notes. Okay, so tile roof, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, landscaping, brand new boiler. Oh, brand new boiler. Okay, that's good. New water heater. You're probably looking at 600 there. Plumbing leak in the basement. Was the piping all copper, Kate? Do you remember? Copper pipe?
I don't remember. There's a half bath in the basement, and around the sink area is where all the water was. But I don't remember seeing copper pipes.
Yeah, hopefully it's not the old lead pipe. Like if it looks like the old Malibu pipe, that's the old gas lines, and they used to use lead for water lines too. Unfortunately, back in the old days, that if you have lead lines, Kate, you're going to have to take those out. Okay.
Okay.
Replace them with, I don't even really like copper, to be honest with you. I like PEX. PEX is that really dense, hard, plasticky, rubbery stuff that they use for plumbing now. And if it freezes, it won't break on you like copper does, you know?
Okay.
Yep. Let's see, clean out. You could factor on bringing a dumpster in, or have somebody come in with like a flatbed truck instead of leaving a dumpster there. Bring in a flatbed truck. A crew will do this. They'll come in with a crew, take all that junk, put it on the flatbed truck and haul it away for you. Take it to the dump, pay the dump fee and everything. And usually it's a lot cheaper than renting a dumpster and then having a dumpster have to get hauled away, you know?
Okay.
In fact, it's usually about half. I used to do that a lot. And the other thing is I learned when I leave dumpsters at my properties to do rehabs, I come back the next day and all the neighbors dumped all their crap in there, you know? So I stopped using dumpsters. I just told the crews, come with your flatbed truck, haul it all away in one day, and then we're all done, you know? So in any case, clean out, first bedroom is the first floor bathroom is first floor bedroom, okay? Now the upstairs, Kate, how many bedrooms are upstairs?
2, and then 1 bathroom.
Okay, that big room, the 12 by 24, is it possible to put a wall up, a partition wall, and make it 2 rooms? 2 12 by 12
There
rooms?
is. You just have to take out the closet at the top of the stairs, and then I think that would open it up so you'd have a little hall to be able to go to each bedroom. Yes, that would be possible. I'd make it small. So what, they'd be like 12 by 12?
But that's okay, because now you'd have a 4-bedroom home, 3 bedrooms upstairs with a hall bathroom and a master bedroom downstairs with its own bathroom. That would be more in alignment. Yeah.
Okay.
Large unfinished basement. Okay, so we got the notes here. Let's go back to the students' comments. Okay, this is from Fassel. How long do you think the project will take? So Kate, when you did your last flip, I know that went longer than you thought it was going to. What was your actual projection on the first flip you did, and what was the actual timeline when it was all done?
I got the rehab done in 2 months. I think I could have had everything done in 3, but I tried to sell it by myself for the 3rd month, and the 4th month is when I sold and closed. So my first flip I held for only 4 months. That was still pretty good for my first one. That's
really good. Yeah.
But and I projected holding costs at 6 months, so I sold, you know, before that hit. So that was good. I would have liked to sell it in 3 though. That rehab took 2 months, and I would hope that this rehab would take 2 months tops.
Yeah. Well, I think this one, based on what you're showing me, I mean, if you had dedicated crews, they can knock it off in 4 weeks. But I always, whatever I think it should take, I always double it. So I'm going to go with 2 months on this one.
Okay.
In fact, would you say it's a bigger project or a smaller project than your last one?
I'd say smaller because I did a duplex, so I had 2 bathrooms or 2 kitchens, and I had 2 of everything.
Okay.
I didn't have to do landscaping on my last one though. This one, there's some landscaping that needs to be done in the back.
Okay. Okay. Let's see. This is from Karen Wellington. Hey, Karen. All right. Karen is asking Kate, be sure you use good primer paint on the beams and doors or any glossy surface. On the doors and base, I do a light sanding to remove the sheen as they are high traffic. Good.
Okay.
Good input. Yeah. Plus, so the
But Gary, would you actually have me, like you said, lighten the wood, or should I just paint it? Because painting is going to be cheaper than having it stripped.
Yeah, I tell you what, I'm kind of leaning towards Pam on that one. I think I would probably paint it,
Okay.
because you're trying to refinish wood is a huge pain in the neck, and man, that's like up. So the guys gonna have to be working like this, like
Right.
looking up, and their arms will get tired. I think Pam's right. I think I would do what Karen said, which is light sanding to buff it up a little bit so it'll hold the primer, and then when
Okay.
you prime it, she's right, get the really good primer, because then you only got to prime it once. Sometimes you got to prime something twice, and if you don't do it right, that means you're painting 4 and 5 and 6 times.
Mhm.
Let's see, Daryl. According to the records, that house is a 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath house. Interesting.
Yeah, they took the wall down to make it. That's why it's only 3 right now, because they had taken that wall down of that 9-by-9 bedroom. And the half
Gotcha.
bath is in the basement.
Okay. All right. Yeah, Karen's saying paint is fine. Yep. All right. This is Pam.
Okay.
Pam's asking, is there a way to get a half bath downstairs in a more accessible area than through that bedroom? So downstairs, I'm trying to remember the layout. So you got kitchen, dining area, big living room, and the first
And
floor.
then the first floor bedroom with the bathroom.
Yeah. So in the hallway there downstairs, is there a way to have an area that's maybe like a 3x6 or 3x7? Do you think that you could squeeze in a half bath?
I think the only place it could happen is where that little small 4th bedroom was, because there's a door right there. You could do a half bath there. But for the plumbing expense to do that, there's no other place for it. It'd have to somehow be in that room. I did plumbing in my last house, and it cost me $8,000 to move plumbing. So that's the only thing I'm trying to avoid.
Well, the other thing too is I'm gathering that extra 9 feet makes that first floor bedroom bathroom combination a much better master. You know what I mean? Because if you're going to take that bedroom upstairs and break it in, I'd almost rather have you have 3 bedrooms upstairs, 1 big one downstairs, and we may be able to squeeze something in around the kitchen dining room area, like on a corner, small corner bathroom, like powder room, something like that.
Okay.
If you want to, shoot me a floor plan, like just do a rough sketch of the floor plan. You don't have to do it now. When you get a moment, let's see if we can figure that out, because the plumbing would be easier because you're near a kitchen. You're on the first floor, so they can access it from the basement, as far as the rough end goes. And all you really need is a sink and a toilet, to be honest with you, So,
okay.
Yeah, and that would
That's a great idea.
Yep. So let's see. This is Karen. Okay, just choose the right color. Yeah. In the basement, Daryl's asking if the basement can be finished. Is it a walkout basement, or is there a separate exterior entrance to the basement?
No, but it's really big and long. It's just like one big rectangle. It's really nice and open. So I think you could put carpeting down there. It's nice. The ceilings are, I wouldn't say really high, but they're standard.
Okay. Could be a great game room or rec room for kids.
Yeah.
What you could do is put in, is the floor a concrete floor in the basement? Okay.
Yep.
So you could do like a real good indoor-outdoor carpet. It looks almost like a Berber. So if it gets wet, it's not the end of the world. But instead of like, are the walls concrete block, or are they the old stone walls?
Concrete block.
Okay. You could actually finish those off. You can texture them, basically parge them first, texture them, paint them, and then you can put the carpeting in. An old house like that, I'd be leery of putting in drywall down there, because I think it might get, is it damp and moist down there?
Yes.
Yeah, I'd agree. And up in your part of the country, it's just moist, and then basement, there's not a lot of fresh air down there. It's not breathing, and that stuff moldy once it gets started, man. That's a big pain in the butt. And when you parge an old concrete block wall, you paint it with like a mold blocker, like Zinsner's, or there's a couple different brands that'll look good, and prevent any moisture and mold from forming, you know?
Okay.
Let's see, Roger's suggesting, okay, maybe keep it a 3-bedroom upstairs and the downstairs bedroom could be an office den. So there's an option there. So what I would suggest then, based on Roger's suggestion, Kate, is look and see what's in the neighborhood. How many 4-bedrooms, how many 3-bedrooms, and what they're selling for. And obviously you go for the money, you know?
Yep.
So, but if they're all selling for about the same, you know, that might not be a bad idea that what Roger's bringing up there. So, okay, well, let's do this. We're getting closer on time. What I want to do is go to, if you can use the site that Roger recommended, the homeadvisors.com, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Do a cost estimate, and then next week there's no webinar. We'll have to bring this up next time we meet for the group. But in the meantime, what I want to have you do, Kate, is fill in these forms here, okay? Property inspection, property rehab, and add up some of the numbers we came up with today, and then email it to me. I know I'll be busy starting Friday morning, but I don't mind at all taking a break and looking at this for you. We could even bring this up in front of the group on Monday or Tuesday too, you know?
Okay.
But that way we can get the cost estimate nailed down. And I think in the meantime, a basic rule of thumb is take your 360, knock off 30% right off the bat. So that's going to be, let's see, 360, that's going to be 90,000. 6 times 3 is 18,000. So it's 108,000. So knock off 108 from 360. That gives you 262. So the question is, can you purchase and remodel this house for a total of 262? So that'd be 190 purchase and 80,000 rehab. If you can do that, and I think you can, everything we talked about tonight, Kate, it's going to be much less than 80,000 bucks, you know? So I think you got yourself a winner here. What do you guys think? I know we're running out of time here, guys, but Roger, Fassel, Pam, Karen, let me know what you guys think here. She's got a potential 360 on the ARV, after repair value, and a purchase price potentially 190, and rehab budget of about 80. And Daryl, you too, I know yeah, 80 rehab cost is on the money. Yeah, that's what Karen says, and she's done these. So what about holding cost? Well, that's part of the 30% FAFSA. 10 of that is our holding cost. So the other 20 is Kate's profit. So that's actually accounted for. Thanks for bringing it up, by the way. Yeah, you're getting some thumbs up here, Kate. So
Gary, I'm thinking like it's about 15 for windows, 10 for kitchen. How much would you say for the bathroom? Like that first floor bathroom was just painting the tile, redoing the floor, and the new sink, new toilet. That's not much money. Yeah, like 3,000, 5,000.
I would make it 5. You're not going to spend that. I can promise you that. But we want to always
5 for each of them.
Yeah, we want to estimate high.
Yeah.
Better to pleasantly surprise yourself than end up coming up short, you know. The upstairs bathroom, can you keep the tub upstairs? Do you think the tub's in pretty good shape? Just reglaze it.
I think it's pink.
Yeah, you can reglaze it white. It'll look like it's brand new. You won't even be able to tell. But the tub surround, is a tub surround tile upstairs?
Yes.
Okay. Just make bathrooms each 5,000 bucks. And you know, with that kitchen, Kate, with you taking walls out, go ahead and go for 20 on the kitchen, which is A to Z, everything included. You probably won't spend it, but better to be a little bit conservative. Refinishing floors, if you think they're in really good shape, you can probably refinish floors for about 300 a room on average. So add that up. And then the brickwork outside looked to be in good shape. You got a new boiler. The 2 wild cards would be the roof and any potential AC you put in. Those would be the 2 wild cards.
What is usually AC cost?
Well, we did a house in a neighborhood where Mr. Rogers had a house. It was $1 million house, and we spent 17,000 on AC. But it was high end, high tech. I mean, just amazing stuff. For what you're doing, you could probably do it for less than 5 because they're just going to put ductwork in the ceiling up in the attic, coming down to the ceiling from the second floor, and that's it. And the unit goes up in the attic, and the pipes down the side. And it'd be like you buying a new furnace, actually, about the same cost of that.
Okay.
So that's what I would factor there. With the roofing, I'm gonna say you don't need a new roof. You can, that tile work, man, you can, that stuff will, as long as you keep up with it, it'll last a long time. It looked like it was in good shape too, you know?
Okay.
Yep. And if you have to cut something out, cut out the basement, you know?
Yeah, I think I will have to cut that out.
Yep. But Daryl's right. If you got a house like that, the main floor has just got living room, dining room, kitchen, and it's a 4-bedroom house, believe me, if you got a really good usable basement, that will be the thing that gets people over the finish line. You know, if the upper house don't have it particularly, you know.
Okay.
Yep. Hey, real quick, we got some more. As long as you guys don't mind, I don't mind staying on a few extra minutes here. This is Kate. Horizontal window, AC, 5K, upstairs. Okay, yeah, you'll see those sometimes in hotels, Kate, or resort area properties. They're low profile air conditioning units, and you don't even really notice they're there. And you can get them. I mean, if you did a couple of them upstairs, I would price them out. I would price them out is what I would do and compare.
Okay.
You know? Yep. So what are your figures at now for the rehab so far?
Okay, I have 20 for kitchen, 15 for the windows, 10 for bathrooms. I did 6 for floors. I just did $2.50 a square foot to 2,400. Okay. 5 for AC. I did landscaping at 3.
Okay.
So that's at 69,000, but I didn't take into account the garage or the roof.
So you're at 6, so it's 70,000 so far.
Yep.
Okay. I think you're going to be okay. Yep.
Okay. Oh, and then the clean out. How much would just the clean out be?
It didn't look like much. I mean, I've done clean outs like that literally for $600 or $800, and that's it. Done.
Really? Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
That's the benefit of hiring a clean out crew that has their own flatbed, and don't get a dumpster. I got so tired of that, and then I'd have the authorities file a complaint because my dumpster was full. I'm like, I just put the thing out there, and I go out there on Monday morning after the weekend, and all the neighbors fill it up with all the crap, and you get held responsible for it. And you got to pay. Sometimes you got to pay a permit fee just to put a dumpster on your property. You know?
Yeah.
I got tired of that, and I found clean out crews that say, "Hey, we'll come out there with a flatbed truck. One day we're in and out, we're done. Give me $600," and I'm like, "You got it." And then I'd pay them cash, and I didn't even ask a question. Just paid them cash.
Wow.
Let them go. Yep. Okay, Daryl's got another suggestion here. Tell her to check out Restore with a capital R, Restore, okay?
Oh, yes. Yep. Like Habitat. Yep. Okay.
It is 3015 North 11th, no, sorry, 3015 North 114th Street, Wauwatosa. By the way, did I get the name right?
Yes, you did. It is Wauwatosa.
Hey, how to get a dog. Okay. Yeah, Habitat for Humanity. That's it. I can't tell you how much money I save using that stuff. Okay. So how long do you have to make a decision on this one, Kate?
Honestly, she wanted to know my answer tomorrow because she was planning on she was going to do with it is just clean it out, spend $10,000 on just clean it out, and then relisting it at $250.
Okay.
That's what she was planning, and doing nothing and just selling it as is at $250. I don't know if she'll be able to get that or not. So today when we talked, she wanted more like $210 for it, and I was thinking more like $190, $195, which I know she has it under contract for $175, which I usually wouldn't know, but she told me that. So she'd still make 20,000 if I could get it at 195.
I'd go in at 190, take it or leave it. She doesn't have to do a thing. And you get, tomorrow's Thursday, you get another day to bring somebody out there. Like anybody you know in construction or
For inspection.
yes, yeah. I wouldn't pay a full-blown inspector because they're going to charge you $400 or $500 and they're going to tear the place apart and scare you.
Right.
You're more interested in big things like footing, foundation, roofing, stuff like that, you know?
Okay.
Yep. So like a structural, you know, like somebody's in new construction. Because I'm not there and the roof looks okay, but and I like those roofs. They last forever. They're easy to maintain. There's plenty of people that still work on them, unlike the slate roof. So I'm thinking go for it. And everybody else here, I haven't seen one single negative response, you know?
Okay.
Yeah. So, but ask her or tell her you'll tie it up. You just want another data to make sure you can look at things you are not comfortable with, you know? And
Right.
she should do that because then you're home free. You can rest for the weekend. Come on down and we'll mastermind with you and have a lot of fun, you know?
Okay. All right. That sounds good.
Hey, I want to also
thank you for doing this exercise with me.
Yeah, I love it. I love these. These are my most favorite webinars because they're actual live demonstrations of everything we do and learn. It helps the agents, it helps the investors, and I want to thank everybody for participating. Karen and Daryl and Vassal and Roger, all you guys, great insight, great input, and Kate saying thank you too. So listen to this, guys. Let's call it a wrap. I will see everybody in Atlanta who's coming. For everyone else, we will see you the week after next. I don't think there's a webinar next week. On the 11th, we got a special guest. Pat Hyvan is another top original founder of my mastermind group, Abundance. He at one point was the #1 agent in KW, and he's got 42 streams of income. He's big in investing. He's invested in other businesses too. So be on the 11th, and we'll get to meet Pat. And he's written a #1 selling book too, 6 Steps to 7 Figures. So, and Kate, I'm gonna email you or text you here in a little bit. I might even call you, but I got to get on another call here with the group from the mastermind group to see what the scoop is here, so I can give you some feedback. Okay.
Okay, that sounds good.
Well, you guys have a good evening. Hope you have a wonderful weekend. If I'm not going to see you in Atlanta, I'll see you the week after that when we do the next webinar. God bless you and your families, and have a good rest of the week. Okay.
Thanks,
bye-bye.
Gary. Bye-bye.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.